So repository. So if anyone can open the backend, I had put the structure, and hopefully that works. For now, that's the proposal. Um, in regards to Trello, it's there was a time trial for 10 days, I think. And when I initially started this, I didn't expect to have 13 people doing this. So it's only up to 10 for free. And so we're going to move everything to projects in GitHub. We're just going to start doing the Canvas like, but in GitHub. I think it's better to have one place, which I didn't think before, but Martin, I think it was recommended that we can do here. So I think it's better if we do it here. That's for that. And then the other thing was um, Slack. We will use Slack for communication. People really want to use Slack to switch to Slack. I have had some requests about it, and I shared the link of the workspace on the on WhatsApp. So you
Yeah.
feel free to join that. I think Lalo is already there and Omar is there. Um, what else? Um, so the project structure is already on GitHub. If you go to general here in this Discord server, you will see the what the structure is. You can open it. That's the back end only. I think Lalo did the front end. I haven't checked. Mm, I don't know how it will be done, but this is the backend is based on modules, and every single module here is a service. Uh, just so
Okay.
just so you know, infrastructure and notifications are not going to be used. Okay, we might use infrastructure for some things, but as of now, we're not gonna use it. Eric will give me some input on this as well. But notifications, I put it there just to have something to think about for the future. But there is a lot of other things that we can do. We might actually add a microservice for authentication that will only do authentications, and but that also something that I have to talk to Eric and see what he recommends. What else? So, in if you go to the README on that project of the backend, you will see the first thing it says service overview, and that's what each microservice will do. Um, I know this is a little bit different structure than others, but we can start coding something if you want to, but it's not necessary because we don't
So,
have yet
yeah,
the
maybe I
database.
was thinking to start with user management service.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll have a separate chat whether I'm going in the right direction on that. So, user management just with respect to login and register user. I was thinking, can I start with that? I'm just waiting for the structure of the project. So,
Right, so
yeah.
that's, I don't know if we're going to use a different microservice for authentication.
Mm.
So I would probably think about just waiting on this for a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
because we,
So
we want.
which one do you think we can start in that case, Eddie? Which functionality I can start coding?
Uh, you see, if you go to again, if you go to the README on the project on the back
Mm-hmm.
end,
Mm-hmm.
the first section there says service overview,
Okay.
and you can see which
Mm-hmm.
what each service is going to do.
Okay.
So you can think about any of those, but we don't have yet. the
Oh.
database. So we don't know what fields each entity will have. We know the methods, but we don't know the
Mhm.
fields yet.
Right,
So
right. Maybe we can wait on that. Or
yeah, but this is the idea. So if any, and I would recommend reading through hexagonal architecture, because then you will
Mhm,
understand how the actual infrastructure is broken, because you can see you have a lot of different folders there, if you will, that you have common,
mhm,
and then under common you have match services, for example, and under match services you have application,
mhm.
and then you have a
Domain.
container, database, domain, and all those.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
things will have to go on each. For example, in the application, you will have to do well, the ports. I don't know if we're gonna. We'll have to do something with the ports.
Controller, I guess, right? Controller, the entry point, if I'm correct in the application.
Uh, I'll have to give where each thing is gonna go, because not
Mhm,
every microservice has all these um,
mhm.
files, but we'll get to that.
Okay, okay.
Um, and I don't know what else it's missing. Um, Anything else?
Now we have the access of the repository for frontend. Um, it's very it's very good. We have no problem with that. So I'm ready for start.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
okay. So I see the repository was created, but there is no structure to it.
yeah. Not yet,
So
but
so however you guys want to structure it, that's fine.
okay.
Yeah.
We have a meeting for frontend later.
I
Um,
think so, because this meeting was pretty much just to give updates about the repository, the teams, well, not the teams, the Trello and the Slack.
yeah,
So yeah, those are
yeah.
the only three things that we were to talk about. But if you want to break into the front end meeting, you're more than welcome to go and do that.
Yeah. Yesterday, Lalo invited me in Slack, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am. Yeah, I
yeah.
am.
Okay, great. I don't know if it's like you have more than one person. I think it would be better if you just do it here for the front end, like in Discord. You see, there are three channels. It's anyone backend meeting and front end meeting. I think that it might be better to do it in the front end meeting here
Yeah,
in Slack. But it's up to you how you do that.
I don't have a problem with for for this application or for Slack. It's
Okay. Yeah, yeah. It's
whatever for me.
yeah. It's
It's not a problem with me.
okay. Great. It's yeah. And we can actually break into groups, and we can have the back end meeting and the front end meeting.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna go to the back
okay,
end room, and if anyone on the back end is here, they can come to the back end meeting.
okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
I see you.
I'll see
See
you
you
later.
later.
See you later. Okay. So
Okay, guys, I'm back in 2 minutes.
okay, sounds good.
Sorry. Ah, I'm back.
All right. So okay, any questions?
Um, Just something to understand, Eddie. No
Mm-hmm.
questions as such. To understand this hexagonal architecture, I was looking at the other GitHub link you shared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is uh, food food delivery application, right? So is it going to be similar to that? Is my question.
Yes.
Food ordering system. Yeah, food ordering system.
Yes, it's gonna be similar.
Okay. So I was wondering where are we maintaining the configurations? I was looking through the services, just got high level understanding how we are organizing the entities and business logic and all that. My question was how we are managing the configuration. Maybe I still need to look at it. Uh, just I
Because
there
what do you mean by maintaining the configuration?
we have the application.properties, right, for each application. So where do we have that
We,
for each
we,
service?
we'll put it on this GitHub, or we can make a new one. It's just one application or YAML or
For all these, Eddie, like for all these services, do we have one? Is that what you mean?
yes.
This as an example. This as an example, like if you, as per the hexagonal architecture, that is how it is structured, right? This food ordering system as an example. So if you see, we have all the services structured as per hexagonal architecture, like we are setting as domain, container, and all that. So where does the properties go? Was my question.
Um, okay, let me see this because I am so because we have multiple services, we will put one uh,
Mm-hmm.
um, configuration file in GitHub.
Okay, so there won't be any specific configurations to service.
Um, there might be some because we need to still probably do some ports and things like that, but we will try to centralize everything.
Okay, yeah, because the normal architecture, normal service, this is how we do, right? Each service have its own properties, right?
Yes.
So this is one way of developing. So as in, this is a service where I have my own properties and all the layers to it. So I was trying to understand with respect to this.
So
So,
right now, each if you go to customer service, for example, or any
mhm, mhm,
yeah, so you go to domain, go to domain, hmm
yeah.
and then yeah,
This
open that,
is
open more. Oh,
so this
eh,
has config.
so no, I'm sorry, I'm giving you the wrong one. Go back to
Mhm.
data.
Oh, inside customer service.
Yes, so the
Okay.
customer data
Data
access.
access.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then okay,
Here. Okay.
and then you will. Why is it not showing up? Let me see real quick.
Mhm.
Why is it doing this?
I see entity exception.
Okay, because they should have. They should be. Let me just check real quick.
Let me go back to this. Yeah,
Customer
this.
domain core application. It's an application. Okay, let me see real quick. Uh, okay, let me see this. Why is not working today? This is not opening. All right, payment messaging. It should be in the data target services messaging domain. Where is my application? Because I know I have applications for each one, but it's only one file because we only need one per
Okay.
just controller container. Oh, it's in the container. I'm sorry, because
Okay.
that's where they actually
Okay.
resources.
Resources.
Because this is the entry point.
Okay. YAML.
hmm This is the
Uh,
entry point of the
Mm.
application. Is in containers.
okay. So do we have for each service every okay, this is specific to customer. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Got it.
And each
Okay.
container, if you go to each container, it will have its own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a separate configuration for each service. Okay.
As of now, yes. But we will centralize
Okay. I
because
mean that makes sense because centralized may not work all the scenarios, I feel. Because in case if we decide to have separate database for each microservice, so it will be a problem, is what I feel. So
yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to understand because this structure is different. This is new to me. Trying to understand like how we are going to work with this.
Yeah. So if
So
application, let me see where is the controller for this thing. Customer service application. Okay, so we'll
I
put
think
the
controller was in the application is what I
yes,
remember.
yes, yeah, in the
Rest,
rest. So we'll
rest.
put all the controllers in the same folder.
Mm,
We just have to create because I didn't create. It's a very long. Um,
mm.
it took me a while to get this because you have to think about the most likely scenarios,
Okay,
and
okay.
obviously I probably missed a few things about the what's it called,
Actually,
the interfaces
okay.
and classes and abstracts somewhere. I'm sure I
Mhm.
made a mistake with that.
This one has business logic, like I think.
Ambika, there is a config server in microservices architecture. Do you aware of that?
Yeah, yeah, that is for common for all the services.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, it maintains the configuration file of each microservices separately. That is not a
I
centralized.
haven't no, I haven't used it.
No, even I haven't used it, but I have heard of this config server.
There is
It acts.
there
Okay,
is
go ahead, Ed.
there is a configuration service for this. I actually have another. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, I have it here. I have a bunch of things here. I have another repository that I was working on that it's a little more config services. I think this is the one. Source. There's. Oh, it's not this. Anyways, but there is a way to do a configuration, centralized configuration. We have to go through that. I have to find where it is because I know I have it somewhere. Microservice
So
structure.
configs will not be part of the service, is what you're saying, right? So we are going to take off.
We might have something um, like that centralized. I
Mhm.
haven't really thought about it yet. But this is
Yeah.
basically what
Okay.
it does, centralized.
Okay. Got it. So, Edith, is this working model? This one put
It
already?
is.
Is this working?
It is. It has. Right now, the outbox it's giving me issues because the Kafka changed versions,
Oh.
and I tried to change the version as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so if you go to the README on this project that you have there,
Okay.
okay, README.
It
Maybe
just
it's
says
there's another one or no?
no.
I have no idea
For
where I
this
put it.
one,
But
okay.
anyways,
This one I cannot. Mm-hmm.
I put a picture somewhere of how the infrastructure. Because if you open right now the infrastructure folder,
Mm-hmm.
you have the Docker Compose.
Outbox.
Yeah,
Okay.
the outbox is giving me issues, and in the outbox here you are supposed to create brokers and
Mm-hmm.
transaction directories, and in the broker you
Mm-hmm.
create three brokers or as many brokers as you want, but for some reason it's not registering. So when I have it's more than this, but the broker is not registering
Mm-hmm.
because the outbox is not finding it. So
Mm-hmm.
there is somewhere that I have to work. Otherwise, it was working before, but now it's not. So yeah, I haven't
Okay.
been able
Because
to.
I haven't really worked much on Kafka, so I was
Mhm.
trying to explore when I have time on this. So,
Yeah, so you see the outbox
um,
scheduler and the outbox status, it's not
mhm,
registering, and I don't know if it's something that has to do with annotation or what it is, but it's just not
mhm.
doing its job. Yeah.
Okay.
So and it's yeah, it's pretty much it's nothing really, but I don't know where.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, that's fine because I was just
so
trying
if
to
you go to infrastructure,
map
you will
it with.
see. Yeah, if you go to infrastructure,
Mhm,
you will see
mhm,
the four Docker composes. If you go, so you have the cluster, the zookeeper, the
mhm,
cluster, and the Kafka that initializes all the clusters, and
mhm.
the common
Okay,
for
okay.
for every single container. So
Mhm.
those are the
Okay,
four here. Yeah,
okay. Got it.
I actually now that you just show me this, the configuration on the Kafka might be wrong. That's why it's not reading. So I have to check
Oh,
on that.
this. Okay, okay.
Yeah, open that real quick. Configuration data. uh Open that. Configuration. Consumer configuration. Yeah.
This one, consumer.
Yes. Because this is the problem that I'm having. It's not reading these values.
Oh,
So yeah, I'll have to check. Maybe something is wrong is here. Yeah. I didn't even think about this.
mm-hmm. I was referring that just this one just to understand the structure, how you have organized um,
So this is
the.
exactly what we're gonna follow on this
Mhm.
SMS development.
Okay, this one, right? Somewhere I just saved it. No, this one.
Yes. Not this one. Yeah, not this one
It
either.
was shared in the Discord. Yeah, I think I. Oh,
Yeah.
I saved it. I have it. Once.
Yeah. I'll include everyone on this later
Yeah, here. This one,
because
right?
I'm gonna make it private. So we're gonna
This is
follow the same thing, same structure.
this is what I see. SMS
Yes.
backend.
hmm
This is what I see. So for each one, we are going to follow something similar to food ordering system.
Yes, because it's the same. The only thing that we don't have right now is messaging because we're not gonna
Mhm.
use Kafka as I said. So
Yeah, yeah,
there's
that is little complex to start with. Yeah.
yeah, it takes it's yeah, it's an overkill for this project for an
Mm.
MVP, but we will use it in the future when we want to do live
Okay.
updates. Yeah.
Mhm. So once we know what is the endpoint that we are expecting out of this each service, we can start developing, right? Andy? Like once we have the proper requirements,
Yes,
what this
I have
user
to write the
service. Okay.
requirements because
Mm-hmm.
it's somewhere. If you go back to
Mm-hmm.
the organization and you go to if you no on the organization hub hub for coders and go up
Where?
in the
Okay.
organization on the left side more
Corner, on the
up
left corner, up.
there,
Yeah.
click there.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if you go to the repositories
Mm-hmm.
of the organization and then you do sports management and then you do system development, you have a lot of diagrams here. So the way that you can
Yeah,
watch
this one I am yet to go through.
okay,
Yeah, I have downloaded, like I have everything ready in the IntelliJ. I was looking at this actually.
okay, oh yeah, great.
Brainstorm.
So
Yeah, where is that
you can
sequence? Not this one.
yeah, any of those. Yeah. So you see, you can see the diagrams there, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go anywhere. User cases. So
Mm-hmm.
this is if you go through this, you will
Mm-hmm.
kind of understand the idea, and then you can also start thinking about how we can, because the sequence diagram is very important to create the endpoints.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a sequence diagram, this is, I don't know why I put this there. This is not a sequence diagram. That that's a sequence
It should
diagram.
be like this, right?
Yeah,
This is
yes,
sequence. Yeah.
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 I don't know why the other one is there. Oh, it says user case there. Um, so this is the, so if we go to create match diagram, so this is one. Manage
Mm-hmm.
users diagram is the other one that we will use because this is giving access to. And the other one, the referee track injuries, we need create by tickets match user. Player sequence diagram maybe is the other one. But since we have an
Okay.
MB,
This is the starting one, right?
yeah. So because we have an MVP, I might have to change this because this is also like reporting injuries and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. But
Mm-hmm.
these are the diagrams. So with these, we can create endpoints.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is the something we can think of. Okay.
Yes. So you can close if you want the left side. There is a little bit. Where is? No, on the left, a little bit to the left. More, 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 more to the left. More. Okay. Click
So,
that one.
oh,
Oh, click the other
yeah.
one only. Yeah. And
Right.
you can click, yeah, the to the right. One more. Yeah. Ah, well, it went down. I don't know
I
why it
can
doesn't.
maximize.
Yeah. So this is a little better to see, but that's the idea right there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Sequence diagrams is important to understand the flow is what you're saying,
Yes,
right? Like,
and
yeah.
it will give you the endpoints.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the starting, if I'm correct, the first one to the application.
Yes.
Login. Okay.
Actually, this one is a player sequence diagram. Before that, there is a
I'll have to
uh,
redo the diagrams. So we'll move these diagrams into the
there is admin role as well, admin and also team owners,
mhm,
right?
because this is the MVP. But you see, we're not doing this really because we have user management service. It's here, yes. Match management service is here. Team management service, training management service. We're not doing it, which I think it would be a good to do. But we only have three services, and depending on the time, we might
Yeah.
add something else.
Yeah. I see there are a lot of documents also created, really, like for the backend also to understand.
Yeah, the thing is, when I was brainstorming this is only the brainstorm diagram, so there's not much there. So when I was thinking about how to do these things, I um, I put a lot of things there. So what I came
This
up
one
with,
especially.
so this is kind of the user cases and everything. You can
Mhm.
read what each one is gonna do or what the goal is. So from these, all the diagrams come.
Use cases, right? This is the use cases.
Yeah, so that's what it is. But this is the first iteration. The second iteration is the one that it says development. So a lot of things that are not used are here, either too much
Mm-hmm.
or not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I will have to move all this into the project, but
Mm-hmm.
a little more organized in terms of what
Yeah.
we are developing, because there's a lot here. You can see the class diagrams as well, but some of the class diagrams are missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. But we'll get there. We'll do that.
Yeah. Maybe once we start developing, first thing is to understand how what is the system that we are developing is my understanding. Then once we start developing, we'll start getting the ideas.
Yes. I mean, we should have a pretty good idea what we are writing.
Exactly. That is, we need to spend more time on understanding what we are developing.
Yes. All right. I think anything else for now? Uh,
Nothing.
Martin, do you
So,
have any questions or Jay?
okay,
No,
Okay,
no, no question for now.
Jay.
okay, I don't have any questions, but do I get to know any tentative dates for us as a backend developer to start with?
So because of all the holidays, we are pretty much trying to start, but like Eric is not been able to join because he's doing stuff with his family and things like that. And I think I don't know who else is missing on the back end, but from January we should have a really good idea of when we're starting, and we will have also to set a date when we should finish. And this is gonna go fast. It's an MVP, and normally MVPs takes no more than 5 weeks. So
Okay,
it's gonna take a lot of coding and a lot of dedication. And I am already doing my schedule to see how much time I can put into this and put as much time as I can. Yeah,
okay.
but
So, is there anything we need to work on, ID, because before other people can join? Because key clock is totally new to me, so I'm actually I mean exploring on that key clock and also this hexagonal architecture. Other than this, am I need to like look for other things?
not really, because most likely what you will be doing is endpoints, like creating the logic for the endpoints.
Okay,
And
so endpoints you're working on.
yeah, I think so. I think that's what we're gonna be doing. Eric, since he knows more about Keycloak, maybe he's going to do the authentication with Keycloak. And
Okay,
yeah, but we'll see because I'm not very familiar with that either.
okay,
All right. So I think if we don't have anything else, we can just end the meeting. I have something else to do, but
Yeah, sure, ready.
the structure is there. If you think about anything else, just let me know. Study the one that the food ordering service. Just go through it and understand how things are working, where matching, um, and then we'll take everything from there.
okay, sure.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Have
Thank you.
a
Bye
good
bye.
one.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, take
Bye.
care.